Hello Internet, this is Marko Yamashita bringing you a rapid fire update from Cover Corporation. Cover Corporation released their February 12, 2025 shareholders briefing transcript, and many of the topics discussed by Yagoo and Yosuke Kaneko are or will be discussed in my breakdown of their Q3 report, which I am currently working on, but their takeaways from the shareholder meeting are huge because of what they say and, more importantly, what they avoided in their comments. The trends in cost of sales is always presented in a way that attempts to look informative, yet doesn't give much depth in the revenues figures or the categories or any of the important information. In every category, we've continued to see rising costs, yet low progress is extending to the company's net profit margin. The performance of the company, whether it's expanding in U.S. territories, running concerts, or increasing the output of merchandise, has only grown in scale rather than profitability. Numerous questions were raised about the various margin numbers displayed throughout the IR material, yet Cover has been very cagey while speaking in broad terms without directly answering the questions. When pressed, Yagoo and Kaneko brushed aside the question, only stating that, quote, "We recognize that investments and organizational changes need to be considered separately, and organizational changes do not change investment level, and there are some issues with communication between departments due to the increase in number of employees," end quote. Yagoo also commented that, quote, "We are currently considering organizational changes for next April with the aim of improving communication in the organization and focusing our resources on specific areas on the concept of selection and concentration," end quote. Kaneko then added, quote, "I think it's important to make investments that will be able to envision business growth for 2 or 3 years later, while also able to bring the strong growth momentum to our business," end quote. Cover has spoken about getting operational margins up to 30% and will likely be a long-term development. This implies current level of spending in excess of 86% of total revenue will need to be offset through earnings. This can be particularly dangerous since current business plans insist on continuous expenditures while inefficiencies continue to exist among departments and employees. There seems to be a sense of urgency to dramatically increase the inflow of revenue, as this quarterly report has focused purely on merchandising and branding. Only one sentence was made about Yagoo's metaverse and HoloEarth. Plus, not a word mentioned about UE Live. Very curious, since both projects are slated for release by the end of this fiscal year. Make of this what you will, however, I would encourage caution and optimism. This fiscal year has been presented against a backdrop of a deeply skewed bar. The year-on-year metrics reflect gains against a company running during Japan's economic recession and inflation crisis of 2024. Hololive must deliver to justify their valuation at the shareholder level, and currently we are seeing that the market feels they are overvalued. If they are unable to prove their valuation at the shareholder level, confidence within the brand, the IP, and the product will continue to decline like we are seeing right now.